Hi guys, this is Fluid Sambo from Fluid Social, Fluid Sam. Today I got a question from Doug, and Doug says, I'm not a natural leader, but I know leading is important when building attraction with women. How do I improve my leadership traits? Good question, Doug. I hope I can answer that here. The first thing I'd say about that is that you cannot fail when trying to lead, okay? So what I mean by this is a lot of guys feel like if they make a decision that could be a little bit risky, if it goes wrong, then they failed, and if it goes well, then they've won. This isn't the case. The very fact that you're making a decision, that you're actually going to lead, gives you brownie points in the girl's mind. So let's say you're with quite a shy girl and you're on a date, and you go to hold her hand, and she doesn't want to hold your hand yet. That is not negatively validating you that she hasn't held it. She will actually respect you for going for the handshake and the hand holding in the first place, and it's likely to lead to more leadership on your part throughout that interaction. The second point is you want to let action precede the mentality. So a lot of guys think, well, I need to develop leadership qualities before I actually start to physically lead. And this isn't the case at all. This is one of those cases where it's more fake it till you make it. It's like you take the action and then you allow the mentality to grow out of the action you're taking. So if you feel like you're not really a natural leader or you haven't really worked much on your leadership traits, then start by going for the handhold. Start by going to hold her hand and just see how she responds. Because at some point one of these decisions is going to go well, she will accept your leadership, and then it's going to make it much easier for you to make the bigger leadership decisions down the line, whether that's taking her to a new environment or bouncing her back to your place at the end of the date or anything like that. So take the baby steps before you feel like a leader. Start acting like a leader before you feel that way. The third point is think about it like you're leading yourself and allowing her to come with you. So instead of thinking, wow, how do I get girl from A to B? How do I get girl to follow my lead, and how do I make this date fun and engaging for her? Well, think first you've got to lead yourself. If you don't know where you're going, you're not going to know where you're taking her. So think about, if I'm in a bar or a club, do I want another drink? Do I want one? And if I do, then I'm going to ask her if she wants one. Am I happy where I'm sitting or standing? Or do I see another seat in the other corner of the room that I prefer? And if I prefer it, then I'm going to get up, lead myself over there and invite her to come with me. So it's much less pressure that you feel when you look at it like you're leading yourself and inviting the other person to come along with you than if you feel like you're just directly leading her. So those are the three main points. I want to tell you guys a little bit about some of the common experiences you're going to have with leadership, and some of the ones that I've had in my own personal life that have sort of helped me develop leadership skills when interacting with women. So the first one is I'm on a date with an Italian girl about 6 months ago, and she's very sweet. She's a little bit nervous, and I'm sort of helping her to open up. And we're walking down the street. This is near Clapham Junction in southwest London, and there's a shopping trolley parked in the sort of middle of the pathway. And so I look at her, smile, look at the shopping trolley, look back at her, smile. So she gets the idea that I want to put her in the trolley. And then I just go down, pick her up by the waist and carry her into the trolley and start driving her around, spinning her. Be safe, don't do this near a road or near a hill. That could go terribly wrong. But yeah, little things like that. If you see a shopping trolley, think, how can I make this more interesting? Another example with a Mexican girl that I saw about 3 months ago. She was actually seeing another guy, and she didn't tell me that before we went on the date, but we had a really good time together. She was at the top of a very winding, steep staircase to get down to the street level, and so I go 3 steps in front of her and then crouch like this, as if to suggest a piggyback. And she's like, no, I can't do that. And I say, go on, I've got very strong legs. And so she sort of jumps on my back, I spin her around a bit and carry her down these steep stairs. When you get to the bottom of the stairs, there's a stronger bond between you and her, because she's put her trust in you, her faith in you, doing something that's actually a little bit dangerous, and you've delivered and had a bit of fun whilst doing it. And you've obviously built that physical chemistry as well. So this is actually a girl that I went on to see where I probably would not have done had I not built that leadership and not built the physical contact in that way. The third one I want to talk about is, this is just something that I naturally do. It's the way I was brought up, but it's very strongly reflected in my interactions and on my dates, is if I'm walking side by side with a girl next to a road, if ever I find that she is closer to the road and I'm the other side of her, I will always switch sides and go near the road. And the girls are inevitably going to ask, why did you do that? And I don't really tell them. I say, you know, it's just the way I was brought up. I've always done this. I feel safer if I'm next to the road rather than you. So you just switch sides, hold her hand, and it's a very subtle gesture of leadership and the quality of being a protector as well, that you're looking out for her more than yourself. And the fourth example I'm going to give you is a similar one, but it's when you're crossing the road. It's a natural thing that I've developed, but if I'm holding a girl's hand like this, when I cross the road, I grab their wrist and lead them across, holding their wrist. The idea is that if there is a motorbike or a car that comes when we're crossing the road and she's in trouble, if I'm holding her wrist, I've got much more ability to actually lead her away from the danger than if I'm limply holding her hand. So I hope those 4 examples give you guys an idea of some ways that you can actually introduce leadership into your interactions. Please, if you have any questions on this, leave them in the comment section below. Contact me on admin@fluid.social. The email address is listed below as well. Like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And this has been Fluid Sambo. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much. Peace out.